I talk about speed of light is also constant, whose value is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, right? If I write it as 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, it is very much like easy for me to write this value, as well as it is easy for you to understand this value. But if I write it as 3 0 0 0 0 0 0 0, if I write it down as this, so it will be very difficult for you, yes, to read the number of digits, and these are time consuming as well. These are time consuming also. Meter per second. So, and also if I talk about Avogadro's number, you must have studied about Avogadro's number in class 9th, whose value is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. If instead of using exponential, I write all the number of zeros, so it is very time consuming and difficult for us. So that is why we use exponential. In scientific notation, we use exponential so that we can save our time, as well as it becomes easier for us, yes, to read and write such values. Exponential notation, we can write them as n can be any number into 10 to the power small n, where the small n could be a positive value or negative value, and it varies from 1 to 10. Its value varies from 1 to 10. Okay, now for example, like exponential, you know that if we can do multiplication and division, how to do multiplication and division in exponential. Yes, in multiplication the powers get added, and in division the powers get subtracted. And if we want to do addition or subtraction, what happens? We have to keep powers constant. We have to keep the powers constant, and then we do addition or subtraction. Okay. Now next which we are going to study is significant figures. Now what are significant figures? Significant figures, this is a very important topic from exam point of view. Every experimental measurement, whenever we do some experiments in our labs, every experimental measurement has some amount of uncertainty associated with it. Yes, whenever you do perform experiments in lab, whether physics, chemistry or bio experiments, whenever you try to find out some values, what happens is you will always observe some uncertainty. Like even if you are repeating the same experiment, there are very high chances that you will observe different results every time. Okay, so that is why we say every experimental measurement has some amount of uncertainty associated with it. So here the role of significant figure comes into play, right? So in uncertainty, like we are doing experiments, and in experimental results we have actually two type of things, that is precision, and we have to study about precision and accuracy. What is precision? Precision is closeness of various measurements for the same quantity. Like you have done different experiments and you are obtaining different values, so you have to see whether the values are coming close to each other or not. If the values that you are obtaining after performing various experiments are coming close to each other, it means that your results are precise in nature. That is closeness of various measurements. but second is accuracy. Accuracy is agreement of a particular value to the true value. Suppose like the actual value, like you know that you have to measure 2 gram of sugar in lab. If your value, if you know the amount which you have taken initially, and after performing the experiments, if you are able to obtain the similar amount, then only you can say that your results are accurate. Similar amount, okay, because agreement of a particular value to the true value. And in precise means whenever you do perform different experiments, the results which you are obtaining should be close to each other. Now let us try to understand precision and accuracy with the help of an example. Suppose the true value is 2.0 gram. Suppose the true value is 2.0 gram, and there are 3 students, student A, B, C, and they have done first and second 2 experiments, and the average values are also mentioned. So we have to tell whose results are accurate, whose results are precise, and whether the results are accurate, precise, or both, or neither accurate nor precise. So if we see the result, the actual value is 2.0 gram, and if we see the first result is 1.95 gram and the second result is 1.93 gram. So since these values, they are very close to each other, these means his results are precise because the values are close. But if we see the average value, it is 1.94, but the actual value is 2.0. So his results are precise but not accurate. We cannot say that he has obtained accurate results. Now student B, first value is 1.94 gram, second is 2.05, and the average is 1.995 gram. Now since the difference is very large between the 2 values and his result is not equal to 2.0 gram, therefore the average is also not equal to 2.0 gram, therefore his results are neither precise nor accurate. Third, we have this student has obtained 1.99 gram and 2.01 gram. So values are very close to each other, so the results are precise in nature, and the average value is 2 gram, so therefore we can say the results are both precise and accurate. Clear? Okay, so now this is how we find whether the results are precise or accurate. Okay, now the next which we have to learn is, see, about significant figures. What are significant figures? Suppose I have a rod and I ask you to measure the length of the rod, and you have told me that the length of the rod is 2.42 centimeter. 2.42 centimeter. Suppose we have 0.4 here and 0.5 here, and in between these 2 values we have 10 small scales. So you have told me that the value is 2.42 centimeter, but it could be 2.43 centimeter also, because the scales are so small between this that maybe you might have done a mistake. Possible, like we are human error is possible. Yes, so we cannot surely say that the value will be 2.42 centimeter only. It could have been 2.43, right? Yes, 4.2 and 4.3. Okay. 2.4 and 2.5, yes, 0.5. So it could have been here or here. Yes. So significant figures are those, in significant figures we have all accurate digits, like all accurate digits plus one doubtful digit. We have all accurate digits plus one doubtful digit, or in other words you can say all certain digits plus one uncertain digit. One uncertain digit. Okay, so we say the uncertainty is usually of plus minus 1. Okay, now we have to study about significant befigures. So before studying significant figures we have to learn some rules. Okay, so let us study the rules of significant figures. Rule number 1: all non-zero digits are significant. All non-zero digits are significant in nature. For example, we have all non-zero digits are significant. For example, I have 4.123. So it has 4 non-zero digits. So the number of significant figures are 4. Suppose I have 352. There is no non-zero digit, so the number of significant figures are 3. If I have 558, so the number of significant digits are 2. If I have 1775, number of significant digits are 5. Clear? So all non-zero digits are significant. Okay, I think by mistake I have removed all the ink on the slide. I'll write it again. All non-zero digits are significant. All non-zero digits are significant. Now, so for example, this time I'm using some different examples so that you will have more practice. 74, it has 2 significant 0. 518, it has 3 significant 0. 492, 4934, it has 4 significant 0. So all non-zero digits are significant. Second rule is all zeros between 2, all zeros between 2 non-zero, or you can say significant, all zeros between 2 non-zero or significant, all zeros between 2 non-zero or significant digits are significant. All zeros between 2 non-zero or significant digits are significant. For example, we have 4.03. So how many significant digits are there? There are 3 significant digits. For example, we have 2.0005. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the number of significant digits are 5. For example, I have 1.7 0, 2. So the number of significant digits are 4. Clear? Now the third rule is when we have ending zeros, or you can say when we have zeros at the end. Here we have to discuss two cases. In case of ending zeros, we have to discuss two cases. First is when we have 0 after decimal. When we have 0 after decimal and you can say plus the 0 is at the end. When we have ending zeros, in case of ending zeros, when we have a 0 after decimal and the 0 is at the end, so the digits are considered, all the zeros will be considered as significant. All the zeros will be considered as significant in nature. For example, we have 2.40. Now the 0 is at the end and after a decimal, so there are 3 significant figures. We have 2.300. Again, zeros are after decimal and at the end, so we have 4 significant zeros. Suppose we have 7.000. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 significant zeros. So you have to, for ending zeros, you have to remember two rules, that the digit, if the digits will be significant only when the zeros are after decimal and they are at the end. Now suppose we have 420. Okay, now since the digit is, this 0 is not after decimal and it is not after, it is at the end, fine, but it is not after the decimal, so we have only 2 significant digits. Suppose we have 33,450,00. So we have only 3 significant digits. These will be insignificant. Clear? Fourth rule is initial zeros. Initial zeros they are always insignificant in nature. Initial zeros are always insignificant in nature. For example, we have 0.0025. So we have only 2 significant digits. We have 0.1020. So this is at the end, not significant. This is initial, not significant. We have only 2 significant zero. We have 0.0178. So we have only 3 significant digits. Next is, we have the last rule, that is number 5 is power of 10. I had removed all the ink. It's okay. I have not written much. Power of 10. Power of 10, like suppose the power of 10 are also insignificant. Like suppose I 7.0 into 10 to the power 10. Now this 0 is after decimal and at the end, so we have 2 significant zeros and this will be insignificant. Now we have 2.96 into 10 to the power 4, so we have only 3 significant digits. Clear? Now we have one more rule. This is the last rule, and see, for significant figures we have only 5 rules, and this rule we study separately. Suppose like for all the constants that we use in chemistry, all the constants, if in exam they ask you find out the significant figure in any constant, it will always be infinity. It will always be infinity, because suppose Suppose I ask you, go to the market and buy 6 bananas for me. So how many significant figures do we have? We have infinite significant figures because there is no uncertainty in this case, right? So the value is this, the number of significant figures will be infinite. Suppose the speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8. So you might say that it has only one significant figure, but no, it has infinite significant figures. Okay, even Planck's constant, Avogadro's constant, they all have infinite significant figures. Okay, now see. Okay, suppose rounding off. How do we do rounding off? It's very simple, like you must have learned this in your junior classes. Suppose we have 2.43, so round off. You will simply say it is 2.4 because this is less than 3. If I say round off 2.49, this is more than 5, so 2.5 है ना, very simple. But suppose if in exam you get something like the 2.5, 2.251 or 2.250, so what happens is, or in exam you get 2.351 or 2.350. Now what you have to do, 2.25551 you can simply round off to 2.26. Suppose in exam you have 2.250 and 2.25. So what you have to do in such cases, you have to see the digit. Like suppose this, you have to see this digit, this 2. In this case you have to see the digit before 5. This is even and this is also even. So in case of even, if the digit is even, it will remain even. If the digit is even, it will remain even. But here the digit is odd, 2.3. So if the digit is odd, it will convert into even. How it will convert into even? By adding one number plus 1. Okay, if the digit is odd, it will remain even, it will remain as it is. If the digit is odd, it will convert into even by adding plus 1. Now I will also tell you significant figures, how to find out significant figures in case of multiplication, division, and in case of addition, subtraction. Firstly, we'll discuss the case of multiplication or division. Then we will discuss the case of addition and subtraction. The rules are different in both the cases, so that's why the rules are same for multiplication, division, and the rules are same for addition, subtraction. Suppose I ask you 6.4 into 0.2. So find out this value. So you will simply multiply 4 to 4. You will simply multiply it and you will say 4 to the 1.28 is the answer, right? Okay, so here we have two significant figures and here we have only one significant figure. So this is the wrong answer, because in case of multiplication and division you have to find out the answer should have only that much significant figure. Like suppose 6.4 has two significant figure and 0.2 has only one significant figure. So in answer also you should have only one significant figure. Okay, so the answer should be 1 is the correct answer, because it has also only one significant figure. Yes, so, okay, let us suppose I have another example, 34 point, just a minute. In case of addition and subtraction, the answer should has that much significant figure Next question we have 36.48 by 12. So here we have two significant digits and here we have 4. So the less number of significant digits are 2. So answer should also has 2 significant digits. So if you solve this, you will get 3.04, but this is incorrect. The correct answer will be 3.0 because in answer we must have only 2 significant digits. Now let us discuss the case of, you can practice more questions, okay? Addition and subtraction. Let us discuss this. Addition and subtraction. Now what happens, suppose I have 2 point, if I ask you add 2.42, 1.32, 0.2. So here this has 3 significant, okay. In this question what you have to do is, you have to, in case of addition and subtraction, we have to count the significant digits after decimal. We have to count significant digits after decimal. Here we have 2 significant digit, here 2, here 1. So in answer also we must have 1 significant digit but after decimal. So 437 plus 9, so 3.94. 3.94, but here we have 2 significant digits after decimal. So the correct answer is 3.9. It has only 1 significant digit after decimal. So this is how we solve such questions. We find so basically what happens in exams, sometimes they ask such questions and they give you values, they give you the very similar options and you might get confused. For example, if I ask you, okay, let us do one more question. If I ask you, okay, add, I'm doing it here, 2 point, this question has come in JEE. Suppose I ask you 2.43 plus 3.1. Tell me the answer. 5, 3, 5. This will be yes. And the options which are given to you are correct. Find, pick the right answer. 5.5, 5.530, 5.50, and D is 5.53. So I have told you the rule. Now you know the rule. So you can simply apply. See, here we have one significant digit and here we have 2 significant digits. Yes. So the correct answer that we must have 1 significant digit. So A is the correct option. So this is how you have to solve such questions. Okay, because if you see the options are very much similar to each other and you might get confused. Okay, so hope you have hope this much is clear to you.